It's weather on demand for Wednesday, September 10th. Your weather headlines. Well, we're watching that rain working in, occasionally heavy at times. We also see some gusty northeast winds, and a flood watch remains in effect for much of the TV6 viewing area. Temperatures this morning have actually been falling over the far western UP into the 40s now, and we're going to hang out in those 60s essentially all day in some of the warmer spots over the central and eastern UP. Gusty winds have already been clocked. The Rock of Ages up into Lake Superior reported a 40-mile-an-hour gust. We can see a 30-mile-an-hour gust in Copper Harbor, but those winds much more subdued, at least for now. I think we'll notice increasing wind speeds, especially along the Keweenaw Peninsula as we wear through the day. We've seen some locally heavy rain, some embedded thunderstorm action, but that thunder threat begins to diminish early this morning, and we can see widespread rain, some heavy at times, beginning to work into central and eastern UP. Of course, this plume of moisture here kind of on the lighter side as we span out. Main center of low pressure going to continue lifting north and east up into central Great Lakes as we move through time. And then cooler air eventually works in. You can see the cooler air with snow falling around Calgary and up through those Canadian Rockies, through those northern Rockies. We look at some cool temperatures back behind this system, and you can see that. Fort McMurray reporting 28 degrees. Lots of places kind of working around that freezing point up into parts of Canada. Not quite that cool yet, although we do expect a cool down as this front continues to develop. Right now, this thing is kind of just a kink or a bit of a wave in that trough that's hanging around the Great Lakes. Eventually, we see this thing developing as it works north and east, and it'll develop that classic comma shape that is the signature of an evolving cyclone that works through these mid-latitudes. So we have some cool air back behind the system, copious amounts of moisture to also contend with, and you can see by Thursday morning, this thing will be up into parts of Canada. It looks like that'll be centered around Quebec by Thursday morning. And Canadian high pressure continues to build in, and that would normally clear us out, but we're watching strong enough winds that we will continue to see lake effect cloud cover, some lake effect rain action as well, especially over north and central upper Michigan with those cool effects off of Lake Superior. And then by Friday, that Canadian high becomes more of a big player around the Midwest and into the Great Lakes. So, and well, we start to see some clearing, and as that high pressure ridge builds in at the surface, a weak disturbance tries to scoot across that into the mid and upper levels, so we may still have to deal with some rain. Today, we're dealing with widespread, locally heavy rain at times. Temperatures, as you saw, barely moving a muscle, and we watch these breezy northwest winds. Peak wind gusts are approaching gale force, especially offshore. Gale force winds are expected on Lake Superior. In fact, there is a gale warning. We could see wave heights anywhere offshore from 18 to 25 feet high. So mariners definitely using caution for today and through tonight. And we eventually see those winds veering around out of the north and northwest over these eastern counties through this evening and overnight. Here's what happens today. Temperatures barely moving around. We've got lots of locally heavy rain to talk about, some potential flooding, especially along the Ontonagon River, but there are other concerns as well as we look at the Sturgeon River. Also some urban areas, Escanaba, the prime suspect for some potential flooding if that locally heavy rain develops. But things begin to back off, especially inland. Temperatures dip into the upper 30s over the interior west tonight. Most of us run through those 40s. There's your northwest wind, so we keep that lake effect cloud cover and some good light rain shower action through our Thursday. We continue with a flood watch for those counties shown in green. That includes adjacent portions of Wisconsin until 8 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday night, your TV6 day forecast. We've got a couple of cool nights ahead. Some of the cooler spots over the interior west will likely dip to below freezing Friday and Saturday mornings. And then we expect a slow rebound in temperatures, but they'll still fall short of average as we dry out Saturday into Sunday. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.